The deal was too good to pass up. That's what he kept telling himself as he made his way through the market. The trader, a notorious figure known for dealing in rare and often dangerous artifacts, had promised him something extraordinary. A mute alien, one of the last of her kind, the trader claimed. Silent, powerful, and potentially a weapon that could change the fate of entire galaxies. The alien, a towering figure cloaked in darkness, stood motionless by the trader's side. Her hood concealed her face, but he could feel her presence like an electric charge in the air. The trader had warned him about her silence, an unnatural stillness, the kind that made people uncomfortable. She wasn't just mute. She was designed to be mute. Her kind, the trader claimed, had their voices stolen long ago, trapped in an eternal silence by forces beyond comprehension. "Take her, if you dare," the trader said, his grin widening. "She's not just mute, she's dangerous. Silent, yes, but she can do things that will change everything. Your world, your universe, could shift with just one word from her. But she won't speak unless you earn it." The words stuck in his mind as he agreed to the deal. As the alien was handed over to him, her chains fell away. There was no ceremony, no final warning. The alien remained silent, her gaze piercing through him with a quiet intensity. It was as though she was observing him, cataloging every detail of his being, as if her silence spoke louder than any words could. For the first few days, nothing unusual happened. The silence between them grew heavier, thicker, until it was suffocating. She ate without a sound, moved like a shadow, and watched him with eyes that seemed to see through time itself. He tried to engage her, asked her questions, but she didn't answer. Her silence was impenetrable. Yet, there was an undeniable pull. Something in her stillness called to him. Something in the way her eyes burned with knowledge, with a history too vast to comprehend. He had dealt with countless strange beings, but never one like her. She was a mystery, and he was determined to solve it. Days turned into weeks, and just when he thought he might lose his mind from the unyielding silence, it happened. They had docked near an old, forgotten star system, one that hadn't been charted in millennia. As they stepped out into the barren wasteland of an ancient moon, he noticed a change in her demeanor. Her posture shifted, as if some invisible force had awakened inside her. She was still silent, but something had changed. He sat by the campfire, watching the stars above, when suddenly she moved. Her eyes locked onto his, and for the first time, she stepped forward, closing the distance between them. The air between them crackled with an energy he couldn't explain, like the calm before a storm. "Don't be afraid," she spoke, her voice low and soft, but powerful. Too powerful for words. It was as if the universe itself bent with her words. "You've woken something inside me." He stared, wide-eyed, not believing his ears. "What did you say?" "I warned you," she continued, her voice gaining strength. "I am more than you understand. The power you seek, the knowledge, it's been locked away for a reason." The words sent a chill down his spine. The air around them seemed to warp, vibrating with an unseen force. He felt it then, a pulse, deep within the core of his being. Something ancient, something cosmic. The alien's voice was no longer just words. It was a conduit, a gateway to something far greater. Her eyes glowed faintly, and she stepped even closer, her presence overwhelming. "I was meant to remain silent," she said, her gaze never leaving him. But you've unlocked the key. The universe has a plan for us, and you are part of it." Her words echoed in his mind, resonating with an energy that threatened to overwhelm him. He didn't understand. He couldn't understand. But he knew she was speaking the truth. She wasn't just some alien. She was a catalyst. And now, the universe was aligning around them both. Before he could say anything, she touched his chest. A surge of raw energy shot through him, as though his very soul was being pulled toward a distant, unseen force. The ground beneath them began to tremble, and the stars above seemed to flare with unnatural brightness. He stumbled back, his heart racing, but she held him steady with one hand, her eyes locked on his. "Listen to me," she urged, her voice now tinged with urgency. "The rulers of the stars are waking. They've been asleep for eons, hidden away in the forgotten corners of the galaxy. But now they stir, and their awakening will bring chaos. They will come for me, and they will come for you." "Who are they?" he gasped, his mind racing to comprehend what was happening. "They are the original rulers," she whispered, her tone filled with both reverence and fear. "Beings of unimaginable power, whose voices were stolen just like mine. They are the ones who shaped the galaxy, and now they are returning to claim what was taken from them." A vision flashed before his eyes, an ancient civilization, its people glowing with cosmic power, ruling over entire star systems, their voices carrying through the void like a thunderclap. But something had happened. Betrayal, a fall from grace. The rulers had been sealed away, their voices bound by an unknown force, their power hidden. "The silence," the alien said, "is not just a punishment. It is a prison, built to keep them from speaking, from rising again." He stared at her, his mind reeling. "What do you want from me?" "Everything," she replied, her voice low but unyielding. "The power that was lost, the knowledge buried in the stars. You must help me unlock it, or else the universe will fall into chaos. There is no turning back. Once you know the truth, there is no undoing it." The words hung in the air between them, thick with an impending doom that he could feel pressing in on all sides. The alien's silence had been broken. But it wasn't just her voice that had been unleashed. It was something far more dangerous. She had become a key, and the door she was opening would change everything. He didn't know if he was ready for what lay ahead, but the universe had chosen him, and there was no going back. As they set off toward the heart of the galaxy, the weight of their journey pressed on him. The power, the knowledge, the rulers. He knew that nothing would be the same. The galaxy was on the verge of transformation, and with the alien by his side, he was about to discover just how far the universe's secrets would take them. But one thing was certain. The moment he had unlocked the silence, everything had changed, and now the true adventure had begun.